Hi there, viewer. How are you doing today? We are doing a slightly different reading today, and we're looking at a love connection. So, this can be a past love connection or a present love connection. And we're looking at, is it love? So, the connection that Spirit want you to think about, and that the energy of this connection is something where it's not been very clear. There's an uncertainty. There's something very different about this connection than with other romantic connections. And it's either energy that's with you from a past connection, or it's with you right now and it's a situation you're in right now. And we're going to get some clarity for you around this connection, around the meaning of the connection, the lessons around the connection, the journey that you're both on, and get some guidance and some clarity for you. I was kind of pulled to do this reading, um, and also through just some feedback from people in the community. So I was waiting to get a pull from Spirit before I got all the cards out to do it. So that was today, but it's timeless whenever you get to the message. And we're looking at the lessons that were between you both, that the connection has taught you or is teaching you, first. So it will be these will resonate. There'll be a resonance in the first few cards that we pull. So we've got honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. My immediate feeling is this person wasn't lying to you necessarily intentionally, although they could have been. They definitely could have been not being completely truthful. It's like they're not lying, but they're not telling you the whole truth in some respects. But it's also the honesty part is them almost lying to themselves so they can't give you the full truth. Sorry, I think I'm jogging the camera here. Let me just sit back a little bit so I don't do that. Okay, we've got forgiveness. This person, you've triggered each other massively. There's like a how can you treat somebody like this feeling? Abundance. Denial, yeah. There is definitely a denial here, which stopped a flow of communication and an honesty. Pride. And what else was between this connection that has been on a learning pathway? Okay. Okay. We've got, oops, I will read these for you in a second. We've got courage and discipline. Okay. Yeah, courage and discipline. For some of you, there might have been a lot more people involved in this connection than just you two. Um, Either literally or just the energy of other people or somehow impacting. There's a boundary. There's a boundary thing. There is a guilt, a feeling of guilt. Um, there is a feeling of how things look on the outside. I've got pride. I love myself and everyone, and I see myself in everyone. There was this connection has brought out um, the flip side of this energy. So it's the pride where it's what others expect from you. So it's like everybody expects me to do this, so this is what I'm going to do, even though it's not the thing that I want to do. Um, feel like there was people that you were not necessarily telling about the relationship for some reason. Um, could have been part of a friendship group for some of you. And we've got denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So I feel there's a lot of self-denial, and there's denial about the connection. Some of you might have thought this wasn't, there's no way that this could have been love, but actually there was feelings of love. But not understanding that because it's like on paper, everything that happened really wasn't what you would expect to have in a love situation. We've got discipline and courage. There is somebody didn't do right by their own values and sacrificed their values for pride here somewhere. And it was the courage to speak the truth. I feel for both of you. There was something about the courage to speak the truth, regardless of the consequences. There was too much emphasis placed on consequences of conversations, of decisions, of doing things differently, perhaps, that really impacted this relationship, this connection, or is impacting. Take that how it resonates, is or whether it's past or present. We've got forgiveness and abundance. There is, I feel like Spirit's saying here, there is going to be a stuckness in this connection and in the energy of this connection in both of you, um, until there's forgiveness that has passed. And there's a strong feeling of forgiveness needing to happen, forgiveness of how somebody treated you. They were massively in pride, forgiveness of a whole bunch of different things internally and externally. For you, it could be, I can't believe I got myself into that situation. Like, how did I end up here again? How did I let this happen? And there's like a self frustration that's happening in spirit. I feel like this is spirit saying, once you have this forgiveness, it will open up. But this person has pushed you to the limit of not wanting to forgive them, because what they did was so against what you typically would would stand for or be okay with. But sorry, I'm trying to put this in the middle so that you can so that I can show you both sides, because I'm going to show you your energy and their energy together, so that we can get a picture built up of kind of what's really the layers of this connection, because we want to kind of bring out what's not clear. So yeah, this is the baseline of the connection. So this feels like, if this feels like it resonates, if this feels like it's your energy, then this is the right time for you to watch this reading. Okay, let's have a look at spirit. Where are we going? Okay, headspace. Thank you. Let's look at headspace. Where are we currently in headspace, regardless of uh, the situation? Where are we headspace wise? Okay, let's do, I feel like let's do the other person first. What is the core hidden underlying headspace energy that we're working with? Core headspace energy. Thank you. Okay. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? There was definitely something with this person, and it could have been both of you, but definitely with this person, on how things are around the opinions and the judgments of other people. This is really, this person is concerned about what their perception is in the world with other people. It's all about how others view them. Who are they surrounding themselves with? What type of people are they? People that lift this person up and want the best for this for them, or are they people who, oh, okay, this card has never come out of this deck actually. It was and I've had this deck for a while. Okay, sorry, I got distracted because that's quite, this feels very prominent. uh this person is not surrounded by everybody that is in this person's life does not have their best interests at heart, and it's not because they're particularly devious necessarily. It's just because they're not the soul tribe people like you might have around you. And that's where you might not have realized or seen that there's other people's influence in this connection, their judgment somehow, or somehow there's other outside influence. And we've got to name all the things you love. It could be that this person never said that they loved you. It could be that this person did say that they love you, and then all of a sudden they acted in a very different way that didn't feel like love. Let's look at headspace for you now. Yeah, it's a lot of complexity going on here. Okay, Spirit's telling me to shuffle. Give me 1 second. Again, okay. Oops. Thank you. Okay, so what's in your headspace? Hidden in your headspace? Am I clear on what my soul really wants? What you thought you wanted has shifted based on this person and the experience you're having, or you've had with this person. How can I, yeah, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? There is a feeling of real frustration and like self-betrayal almost that you're having based on the decisions that you made with this person. It's like when you did everything from, you actually, I feel like you did everything from your heart space, and you did everything that you wanted to do, that you fell into quite naturally. But when you look back at it, there's almost like a, perhaps it's embarrassment for some of you, perhaps it's like regret for some. There's a feeling of wanting to do things differently, or not being comfortable looking back on how what you said or what you did, but there's no reason for that. It's because this person didn't kind of left you hanging slightly. It's like you expected the I love you back and it didn't happen. And it doesn't need to necessarily be literal, but there's like a spirit really want you to not be hard on yourself because of what happened here with this person. This person almost wasn't capable of receiving what it is that you were trying to get from this connection. And that was kind of one of the things that was blinded with them. And you couldn't see the other influences or the other things at play that were kind of driving their decisions, the motivations driving their decisions. Let's have a look at what was hidden, what's kind of hidden beneath the surface for you. What does spirit want you to be aware of? What should you be really clear on in terms of the journey? What's hidden here? We've got renewal, spark, and we've got lack. Yeah, this abundance is the restriction here. Lack and doubt. So yeah, you're totally doubting yourself here. Reunion, soul ties. What else? I feel like there's something else here. Give it one more shuffle because I don't feel we're supposed to pick out this one either. There we go. Thank you. Closed off, guarded resistance, rebirth in winter. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So this is, you closed yourself off completely. You closed yourself off completely from what felt natural and went into what looks good on paper, like tick box exercise rather than heart space desire. And because of the experience with this person, it's like you tried something new and you feel like it was kind of thrown back in your face somehow. Um, it's like you felt it was really yo-yo for you. You felt like you had something really amazing, and that was this renewal in this spark, and then all of a sudden it was like blech, lack, doubt, complete. It was just yo-yo. It was one extreme to the other. There was no in between. um this was the part of the journey here, this dark night of the soul journey that you've been through, has been to not be closed when things are painful, to not close off your heart space when things have been painful. And that can be incredibly difficult. It can feel incredibly difficult until all of a sudden it's not anymore, because you closing off your heart space doesn't protect your heart from being, it doesn't protect the emotion at all. It's just a concept that we kind of derive with ourselves as to feel safe and protected, but it prevents a lot more than what it solves. It stops us from being open, and receptive to love from every direction, not just romantically. And I feel that I feel that that's kind of the biggest lesson, to not feel like you have to block yourself off because of this incident, this type of what's happened, and this type of connection. And we've got a reunion here. So this could be, for some of you, this could be an actual reunion. Perhaps you've crossed paths recently. For some of you, this is your past life connection, and feeling like there's a past life connection here. Let's have a look at them. What is hidden underneath that we need to see, or just to be able to understand, with what happened here? What is beneath the surface with them? What's kind of hidden? Okay, thank you. Okay, Spirit just said keep shuffling, so that's why I, your heart fog, yeah, totally not clear. There's no clarity. Mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Finality, farewells, leave behind closure. Okay, this person, we've got distance, and it's this one as well. Yeah. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, thank you. Oh, we had another flip there, didn't we? It was here. There we go. mistakes. And we've got stress in memories. Okay. This person really wasn't clear um themselves. They didn't know themselves. They were really unclear in themselves. They weren't honest enough with themselves. This honesty thing came right out. It came out right in the beginning. And they've given you mixed signals, blocked and blocked their emotions from receiving your love, your care, your support, your kindness, but also actually been very, I want to say unintentionally cruel in terms of emotion, but I don't mean that in a in an intent way. I think this person doesn't realize actually how harmful and hurtful their behavior has been, even though it's screamingly obvious. They have been in this fog. Um, and they kind of I feel like they had a bit of a lesson to either be really honest and clear and brave and have courage, and we've got courage here, or hide behind their familiarity, security, safety net. And I feel like they kind of hid behind their safety net. For some of you, they've actually said goodbye to the old person and welcomed in this new person who you've kind of helped draw out of them. Um, for others of you, they haven't actually learnt this yet, but because it's hidden, they haven't learnt this part of the lesson just yet. And because they do feel quite distant, separation, space, blockage, confessions, unveiling, coming clean messages. I feel like they are mature enough, almost spiritually mature enough, um, and emotionally mature enough to be really open with you and have this kind of confession type conversation and say, look, this is just how I was feeling. But they might not have done it yet because it's like there's still a feeling of wanting to be disconnected because they don't want to face what they know, but they don't want to face their own guilt. And there's almost like an arrogance here that is covering, and it's like the mask. The arrogance is the mask. So if they're acting really cocky, that's why. Or they have been acting like a little bit big for their boots type thing. That's their go-to cover up for when they're feeling vulnerable. But we've got memories here. They're memories, mistakes, and stress. They are. I mean, these three, they feel like they go together. They are massively. They're overthinkers, and they will overthink. I almost feel like they'll spend hours thinking about what they did and like rerunning it in their head. So it's like they really there's an embarrassment with them on coming forward and coming clean almost and being really open and upfront, because by doing that it means they have to admit the stuff that they feel really embarrassed about. Similar to you, you're actually mirroring quite a lot here. But it is making them feel stressed. I feel this stress is also not to do with your connection. This stress is outside of your connection and it's influencing the connection. Something else, it feels like stressing them out. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look at the energy influencing you both at the moment. I want to do both of your energy from one deck. Okay. So what's been influencing your energy? I want to do you first, viewer. Let's do you first. What's influencing your energy? Okay. Okay. Impulsiveness and detachment. So this is your yo-yo. You're like super keen, not keen, not keen, super keen, not keen, not keen. Take action, retreat, retreat. So this is your yo-yo. You've also got 1 and 11 here, number wise. Aquarius influence and Aries influence. You need time away from the situation to really understand what the situation means for how you romantically want to connect. That feels really important because we've got Mars and Venus coming up here for you in terms of what's influencing you. And this Mars and Venus is just being completely pulled towards each other but not understanding each other almost. The feminine and masculine balance here. So you're like really charging in with passion, with desire, with courage, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go, retreat. No, and it's like you drive past their house, they don't live anywhere near you, and then you're like, oh yeah, sorry, I got lost. It's kind of like that. Totally get it. Um, yeah. Okay, and we've got flirtation, idealism, and convention. Ah, yeah. So this is exactly this is exactly the story. You had this real natural desire, this really beautiful natural desire to be flirty, different. You had this incredible spark with someone, with this person. You started with this incredible spark and it felt very, very true. There was an adventurous element, there was a spontaneous element, there was an excitement, a really beautiful wash of excitement with this person. You thought about them, it was like this beautiful obsession almost, like all the time, and they did with you as well. Um, and then you're caught between convention and idealism. Lots of like ones coming up for you. Um, it's like, do I want to settle down? I mean, this with this convention, it's like settling down exactly in the textbook way. Or do I want to live my authentic idealism, my authentic ideals, my idealism? But we've got, this is the sun in Aquarius. This is all about doing things differently, being the rebel, being the person that provokes change, and instigates change and is an advocate for change and doing things in a very, very different way. So you're caught between this convention and this is exactly what it should look like versus this is actually what I believe it should look like. It shouldn't look like this at all. And you're back and forth from, you've been in a situation, and the energy that's been influencing you has been this back and forth between, well, this is what it should look like and this is what everybody else does, but it's not what you want to do and it's not how you want to do it. And you've been caught in that, and it's made you do this impulsiveness attachment thing, which has been very confusing. That's partly why it feels really unclear. Whoa, okay, that came out very quick. We have birth, discovery, optimism, and we're looking at your person now. So the other person in this connection, in this energy. Sagittarius is quite strong in this connection. The energy of Sagittarius. It could be you don't know that that's strongly in their chart either, or it just could be the energy of Sagittarius or Sagittarius season, end of November to the end of December. Choice. Yeah. Okay. There's one more in here, but I feel spirit saying speak now. So this person was making a choice in a connection. There is this person was massively or more so on a choice than you were. Um, they there could be children involved in this situation. Oops, could be children involved in this situation with the full house, which is home and birth. It doesn't have to be at all. This could be this person was kind of giving birth to something. They could have been creating something. They could have had that run their own business. They could have been starting a side hustle. Um, there could have been something influencing their home life that impacted their ability to be able to pursue something with you or be able to be able to prioritize you in a way, or in the way that felt good or that they promised. It's like they delivered lots of this optimistic energy. Yeah, it's going to be optimistic, it's going to be, and they felt really optimistic. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely fine and we'll do this and it'll be exciting and oh my god, it's going to be so fulfilling and it's going to be amazing. And then all of a sudden the energy, it's almost like the energy switches, and they have maybe this responsibility, or they feel there's a fear and a vulnerability and a feeling of being untethered and lost with this person, and I feel like that has made them um hold that thought a second, because I feel like that is actually what spirit want us to get out from the deck. I say hold that thought, I mean me hold that thought. uh Something stopped this optimism, or something interrupted, not necessarily stopped, but interrupted this optimism energy. um but they are a very curious being when it comes to the world and themselves and their own inner truth. But they were definitely making a choice about love, how they love, who they love, what they need in love, the balance around all of that, the action that they will take in order to fulfill an important relationship in their life. They, with the seventh house as well, they, this coming up, they could have been a business around this person, and that could have been a wedge between you somehow. That could have been some of this distance. What do we need to know about this optimistic energy, this optimism energy? Thank you. Discrimination. So what has interrupted this optimistic energy, this it's like when you first met, it was like everything was possible, and then all of a sudden the there was no like follow up almost. But it was this pride, because it was discrimination against something that was new and exciting versus something that was easier to deal with in their current mental state. We've got Venus in Virgo. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got five Venuses here. So there was definitely some very strong energy in this love connection, very strong, and there was action taken, and then it's like you both were in your heads. We've got Mercury energy. We've got Mercury energy coming up, and we've got Virgo energy here, which is the overthinker energy of the zodiac. This discrimination was based on conditioning. So this could have been a religious factor, this could have been a family factor, could have been it could have been a whole bunch of things. But there was a discrimination factor here. I feel like my cards are all wonky. There we go. I just want to get it straight for you so it's a bit easier to see. Okay. What are we looking at now, Spirit? Okay, so let's have a look at blockages. Where was this person blocked? Destiny and oneness. Yeah, it's like they are going for easy rather than dreams and fulfilling their true calling. They're not fulfilling true calling. The bottom of the deck there was forgiveness. Yeah, forgiveness, and we had that came out earlier. So heart space energy block. Third eye chakra. This person has shut down who they are in service or in favor of who they think they should be, and that has caused a great conflict between you, and a drift or a rift somehow, and or distance between you emotionally, mentally, physically, in some way. But I think there's such a powerful connection in what you bring out in each other. It's like there could be, if there was this forgiveness of self and other, it's almost like it dissolves everything else. But we'll take a deeper look into that. So we've got destiny, follow your instincts, they lead to the truth. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine. So rather than overthinking and staying in the mind, it's like this person has such a powerful presence, but at the moment their trust in their vision is blocked. That's what it feels like, the trust in the vision. And the crown chakra, oneness, you are part of the universe and always will be. They are blocking true connection. They're blocking true connection. It's stopping them moving, like truly moving forward. And we've got creation. The flames of destruction will ignite rebirth. It's like a surrender. They're blocking the surrender. They're blocking true creativity. If they're having problems, if you're in contact with them and you speak to them, if they're having problems with being creative or being able to get past blocks, or to think of new solutions, or to be problem solving, it's because of this creative block. It's almost like they're stopping their true self from coming through. I'm going to stay on them for a second. Where have they been? Where are they going archetype wise? So I want to know what their behavior journey is. What's the behavior journey? Oh, okay, we're going to do both of you. Spirits just said we're doing both. Okay. What's happening for this person, the other person in the connection? And what's happening for you? Okay. We have we are there's a reaction and there's a reactive state that you are in. You are more, you want to be protective. You want to go and get, it's like you want to go after what you want. And this person is waiting for the thing. This person's waiting for things to cross their pathway, but they're so blocked, they're not allowing them to cross their pathway. They're being extremely defensive with their own energy, with their emotions, with their time at the moment, that it doesn't allow anything to pass through, and it's actually making them feel quite lonely. It's like they can be in a room with lots of different people, but at the moment they're feeling quite disconnected. But this is all in the mental. Yeah, because it's disturbing on the emotional body side of things. Let's get one more. What happened in the past? Let's get the other person's first. What happened in the past? What energy? It's the connection between the two, this elemental thing. Okay. Got the raccoon. What happened with you? Okay. You were very, this is like sun and moon energy coming together. There is a very strong kind of inspiration, and you inspired this person, and this person grounded you. Um, there's like a methodical way that this person is that moves in the world, that they move in the world, and it was very different to what you would usually go for. But this energy has been very influential on you, and it's taught you a lot. It's like just by being around this person and knowing this person, it's improved things that you do, perhaps at work or perhaps in other areas of your life. And it's like they now take time to look up at the sky, and that can be physical or metaphorical, but they now take time to look beyond something. Okay, let's have a look at the tarot. Let's look at you first. We've got past heartbreak here. 3 of Swords, 6 of Cups. So there's definitely heartbreak and pain from this person with this person in the past, but it's still carrying quite heavily in the energy of the connection. That might be why it feels unclear. That might be why there's a doubt here. And we've got this forgiveness energy. We've got strength. Quieting the voices. Yeah. 2 of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Get one more. There's a choice. This is all about your choice of perception. No, it's not that one. Oops. This is your choice of perception, because what this person says to you and what they say, what they do, kind of can be very different. It can be difficult to understand them because they don't always help to kind of connect the dots and join things up. It's the courage to be very discerning with this person when there are challenges, and being very truthful, like having the courage to completely say the truth. We've got courage and honesty here, and it's the courage to completely say the truth but be very objective, like to pull yourself away from the emotional waves of everything and be very objective. I feel like this is to do with something going on now, and we've got the 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is Spirit saying it's completely up to you if you decide to stay in a situation that makes you feel like you can't connect. And it's to do with the communication around not being able to connect. Because it could be that the connection, or the ability to not connect in the way that you want to connect, is impacting you more than you realize. And I think that needs to be known to this person, or you need, it's like awareness for you, so that you know, actually, that just isn't what I want. I want to live my ideal, not this conventional thing that is too shallow for me, because you've got this depth in what you give in a relationship. This person does too, but they're in absolute denial that it exists within them. They might know, but they're not embracing it. We've got temperance. Whoops. And three of wands. What else do we have for them? What's pathway energy for them? They are learning to do things in moderation rather than go to extremes. And four of cups. Yeah, they're not quite sure whether they're numb. Emotionally, they're quite numb. And but I feel like that is dissolving slightly. We will look at some access to future energy as well. But there's been a lot of healing that they've gone through. They might not even realize that they've been through it, but it's taken a lot longer than what they would have thought that it would take. I feel like they're still in that energy. Again, we've got a Sagittarius energy here, and Cancer energy, and Aries energy. There's this person has been successful. They want to take action to another level. They don't know how to do it, and it feels too early for them. They still have some healing to do. They're not quite ready to allow all emotions yet. It's like they just need to do that in baby steps for them to be able to understand it. This person could be under some kind of coaching or some kind of counseling or something, perhaps. Let's have a look at your cycle. I'm not sure whether we're here actually, or if we're... Nope, we're here. Okay, let's have a look at your pathway. We need to do pathway first. Okay, what's happening on your pathway now? Like immediate steps forward on your pathway. Peaks of joy. Yeah. This joy comes straight after this forgiveness. And we've got ride the wave. And let's get one more. Oops, I feel like this one wants to come out. Movement and strength. You're moving forward. You are moving forward with something. It's like you're no longer being bound by this energy that is making something feel really stuck and stagnant. You're kind of just saying, do you know what? This is who I am. You're like coming into this idealism. It's like, this is who I am. This is what makes me feel joy. And this is just how it is. And there's like a lightness and an ease to your energy here, because you've gained so much to transition through this experience. You are so ready. You are so ready to release it all. You might not have realized that yet, but once you release it, it changes the energy in the situation in a good way. Same as this person. It's like your energy is really um is impactful to them, and their energy is you're very sensitive to each other energetically. Let's have a look at them. What is their current pathway steps? Magician in the mirror. Yeah, it's like I feel like they're holding out so much on their own power. They've got so much more potential than what they've kind of let on, almost, or what they've admitted. Storm warning. This storm is to do with what they need to communicate and who they need to be in the world in order to be who they want to be. we've got yin yang. Finding there is a lot about balance here, the masculine feminine balance with you both, and your energy balancing out balances this person. Balance. 22 and 44 here as well. This person needs to realize that they are so much stronger than what they feel they are, and that actually things are not going to be as difficult than what they think. It's like they think something's going to be really tough, and it's not going to be as tough. I mean, this might not even be to do with the connection, but it's in the connection. The energy of it's in the connection. It's impacting the connection because it's taking over their headspace. Could be work, could be anything, or it could be to do with the connection. Oh, see, we've got victory. Whoops. Okay, we're going to take that one because that flew out. Okay, we've got victory. Yeah, adjacent possibilities and community. This person is not surrounding themselves with the people that are going to lift them up. We had that earlier with them. We've got adjacent possibilities and victory. They're because they're so tunnel vision, because they're so blocked at the moment, they can't see these adjacent possibilities. And as soon as they do, so many doors open up for them. Everything opens up for them. It gets a lot easier. And this could be part of your ability to like look up. Maybe that's what spirit meant actually about the looking up with the raccoon and the nightingale. So the energy where you're at the moment where you're kind of in this, you're in more of a fiery mode than this person. But it might not necessarily be an action, like a consistent action mode, but you've got more fire. This person feels a lot more sad, I think, than you do. That's what it feels like. So at the moment, the balance is you can kind of ignite the inspiration. Let's look at the now we're looking at the cycle. Let's have a look at the cycle here. What do we need to know about this cycle? And we're looking at the connection overall, actually, here, not just one of you. Okay, emotions are running high, supermoon. Something's running high before it settles down. Okay, what else? Be bold and make the first move. This feels like it's to you. Because you're in the right energy space and this person isn't, to make the move this time around. It doesn't mean it has to be you all the time, but at the moment, it's you that makes the move. Okay, we are going to clarify that though, because that could mean a million different things to everybody, depending on your situation. So we've got yeah, oh, I love this. Believe in the impossible. This is your positive energy, your optimism. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So don't stay stuck in familiar. To don't go back to something just because it's in this kind of convention. Be in your South Node, North Node energy is very powerful. So be in your highest spiritual self. This isn't to do with success in the material world. This is your highest spiritual pathway. Be in that mode. Both of you need to be in that mode. You're staying safe and closing yourself off because you feel like you will get hurt if you don't in some way. This might be really explicit and very obvious in your connection, or it could be in tiny little ways that are building up and creating something, some kind of moat or rift between you. And you can feel it, but it might not feel so tangible. It could be at different levels, but it's that same principle. It's that same reason. I want to clarify this. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. When the time is right. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords. You have felt like you have not been able to make a move. You felt trapped in this situation and like it's not in your control. Spirit saying it's absolutely in your control, but don't be impulsive. Trust that you will get the impulse, like the taste of truth on it when it's ready. You don't have to be impulsive with your mind or with your ego. It's being inspired to when it feels right. Yeah, so surrender to having to do something in a fixed time. We've got walk away, 8 of Cups. This isn't about the mental. Surrender the mental, the mind. Surrender the mind in this situation. It needs heart, not mind. Okay, this is not practical solutions. This is emotional solutions, like emotional awareness, not emotional solutions. I mean emotional awareness. Sorry, this is all to do with making the first move. So walking away from your past, walking away from what's influenced you in the past, walking away from the your like past behavior, so that you can do things in your highest spiritual way. Because our behavior would have put you down convention road, and you want to be down what you believe in, your ideals, your values. But trust in the timing of things. The opportunity will appear at the right time, and that's when you take the opportunity to make this first move. It's not about being impulsive, it's about being true to your instincts with this person, which has felt quite difficult in the past. I feel like that's what this is. Okay, let's have a look at spiritual pathway for you both. What is spiritual pathway for you? Let's do you first. Spiritual pathway for you. I mean, the fact that we had North Node, South Node come up, it's strongly indicates spiritual. I mean, everything is spiritual learning. Like I believe everything is spiritual learning. But you have pushed each other quite a lot in that respect. And we've got memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. How, if you use energy or the influence of energy in anything that you do, that is going to kick up massively because of the cleansing that you've been through yourself on a personal level with this situation. I feel like there is past life energy here between you. If that's something that resonates with you, don't take it. If it doesn't, of course. This is about spiritual understanding, and the spiritual understanding comes from this forgiveness. The forgiveness comes from relinquishing any judgment of anything, of yourself or other people. It's like this cascade effect. Once you come out of your mind, your headspace. Okay, let's see for them. What's the spiritual pathway for them? What's the strongest or the current spiritual pathway for them? I feel like we're going in, are we? Where are we? Yeah, thank you. Palladian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. This person is learning this balance. We had balance earlier, didn't we? Yes, with their choice. They're learning a balance between giving too much away because that's not who they are, or being overly sharing because they're not like that either, versus completely being closed off. They don't know what the middle looks like. I want to say they haven't ever had an example of what that middle looks like. They haven't seen an example that they like to be able to copy, and have an example of. But they are on the pathway of being in this kind of community space. They need to be with people that are better suited to them and their growth and their pathway. That's where they will start to really come alive and come into their own and be able to express and explore themselves. Like really be able to express and explore themselves. Okay, let's get some final words of guidance, and we'll pull for you and for them as well, just so that we can put that energy in to the universe for them with their journey, because it's been very, very intense for both of you. The connection is based on this, like at the core of this connection is this real understanding of each other and being able to see each other. There is an unconditional element here of just being able to see through to the other person. And it really feels like this unconditional love element, but it also feels like the power of that is sometimes quite scary, not in a mental way, and this could be quite subconscious, but it's not. It's the sense of control that's needed from both people means that there's no surrender that's happening to allow this abundance of the connection to come through. That's what I feel like. And there is this different sense of love, and the different sense of love is just this unconditional love that is lying underneath it, because you see each other, you really like the other person, you like who they are underneath. And it's so frustrating, especially from your perspective, it's so frustrating that this person covers themselves up with these behaviors that are not, that are like, oh, what are you doing, you know that's not okay, but it's their go-to, it's their familiarity, it's what they know, it's like their fail safe, but it's obviously not that. So this is for them. Sometimes life stinks. It's like they need to be prepared to be stung a little bit and realize that it's not actually going to be that bad. That came up before for them, didn't it? It's not gonna be like debilitating. It might be like, oof, ouch, but it won't be more than that for them. What else for them? Starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. Yeah, this is all about openness and optimism. Yeah, this is absolutely where, if spirit could speak to them, this is what they'd say right now. Anything else for this person? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. This person needs to understand that they don't have to be tunnel visioned. They don't have to be. There are these adjacent possibilities here. There is adjacent possibilities that lead to victory. They don't have to be, it doesn't have to be so linear and so strict and so controlled. And setting healthy boundaries, especially with these people, outside influence people with them, so that they can hear their own thoughts, they can tap into their own emotions, and be that this will help the fog, this will help them be clear. Okay, let's get some for you now. Advice for the viewer, please, spirit. I do feel like you still have a very strong flirtatious energy, because there's this, the Sagittarius energy that's come up for both of you. It's this energy of adventure, and I feel like there is that flirtation with you. There is this sense of, oh, let's just go and do this, and you have a lot of fun together. And that's like it's almost like that's the basis of your friendship, and that's one of the things that connects you really nicely together. Oops, we've got Fox spirit, think on your feet. Don't overthink, don't plan, walk away from being in your head. Eight of Cups, Six of Swords. Walk away from being in your head about everything. Trust yourself to know what to do right in the moment, know what to say right in the moment, and also trust yourself to know when the moment appears to take action or to make a first move with something. This first move, whatever it is that you want to be making as a first move, you have been hesitating on it for ages. And it's like, oh, I'm really close. No, I'm not. I mean, that's this impulse detachment energy as well. It's like, yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Okay. What else for you, viewer? Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. You are so inspirational for this person. Not just this person, but that's the energy we're looking at here. You are very inspirational to them. And that might be the timing here. That might be what Spirit's saying. When you get a moment to inspire them and to truly like say something, a few words that you know will have a big impact, that's when you do it, and that's when you have the most impact. But you could write them a letter and it not have any impact. Her koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Don't worry about where this connection is going or what the next steps are or where they're going to take you. Spirit and life will lead this connection. It's almost like it's out of your control anyway, because you're in connection with somebody else who has um the other balance of the influence, so you can never be in full control of that. But it's also being completely trusting of your own authenticity and not wanting or feeling like you have to shut that down for anything. Okay, I want to get one final card for you both that is from Spirit. So, Spirit messages. Okay, what Spirit messages for the viewer, please, Spirit? Let's do feel to do you first. There we go. Journey within. So this is about you, and if this person can join you and see you on that journey, then that is amazing. Um, but it shouldn't stop you from doing that journey within. If they aren't joining you just yet, okay. It doesn't mean that they won't join you in the future. It means right now, this is about you doing the right things for you. It's more about you being radically honest with yourself and with them. What about this? Oh no, we've got one more for you, Spirit said. Bear with me. Okay, it's this one. Give without expectation. So what I feel like what this person needs is, do you know, we were saying about this unconditional love? There is an element here, an underpinning energy of unconditional love, and that is what this person needs. It's like that's what you need, and that's what we all need. But this connection will only shift with that, and you're the only person that can do that in this situation right now. That might shift in the future, and then this person needs to do it for you, because I feel like it's a gift that you give to each other. But right now, it's about giving without expectation to this person, which can be very difficult to do when we have this kind of pride element and we feel like things should, if I do this for this person, then they really should be doing it back for me. But look at the intent of the other person. It's like this person is so shut down at the moment. Say I'm using this as an extreme example just to illustrate the energy that Spirit's giving me. If this person is feeling extremely low and their version of giving is literally to answer a message back, um it's not, they don't have that, that's their 100% at the moment. Whereas you might turn up with a whole bunch of shopping for the month, and some new clothes for this person. Use it just as an example. They look very different on a material level, but you gave 100%, or you could have, that might have been 5% of effort for you, and they've given 100%. I'm not saying that's the case, because it could be that your 100% looks like that and their 100% looks like that. But just remember, the scale is different, and this will always fluctuate. It's not about equality in this, it's about equilibrium, and it's about and that's where temperance comes in as well. It's about moderation, and it's about the give and take, not about the equality of something. But it's important to recognize that, because it's like this, the everybody else around you might be saying, oh well, you shouldn't do that for so and so, because they're not doing that for you, or they didn't do that for you last week, so you shouldn't do that for this week. They didn't do that for your birthday, so you shouldn't do it for them. Try and quieten and try and quiet all of that in your mind, or in your influence in some way, if it's there, because the give without expectation is this unconditional love that kind of brightens up your own energy, and this is kind of that's what accelerates you on your own spiritual journey. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Spirit, in very wordy ways. This feels very deep, and this is a significant life lesson. That's why it feels that is on its way, but it's like being understood right now, like on a cellular level. It's being understood. This person let go of ego, their pride. There is an arrogance here, and I promise you, it is their cover up. Their go-to is to be arrogant. It's like some people have like that, they might use comedy or a joke to cover up something serious. Their go-to is pride, like, oh, I'm not doing that, and holding their head up high and puffing their chest out and walking across the room and out the door. They need to let go of that part of their ego in order to be um in order to have all of the noise go and see clearly. Have an attitude of gratitude. It's funny, they've got the purples and the blues, and you've got the greens and the golds. Don't know if that's significant, but that's how it's come out for you both. um, they I think what would help them be less angry almost is this attitude of gratitude. And this, if they're feeling in any way lack, if they're feeling um just unmotivated, it's just starting with an attitude of gratitude. I think that they can get this influence from you. That's why Spirit's saying to you, give without expectation. Because when you are in this, and with not just with them, but the example you're setting for them with how you behave with other people as well, gives them the inspiration and the learning that they need to be able to change behavior, that then puts them in this really powerful place. You've both got such powerful energy. This person has an incredibly powerful energy, like an incredibly powerful doing energy, like a powerful achievement energy. And you have a very, like, in your connection, this might be different with other relationships that you have, and you have this ability to see everything and understand which route to go through, where they can't always see that. You kind of bring the clarity and they bring the courage, and together you're like clarity and courage. Okay, I hope that this has helped, and the messages in the reading today have helped with the situation that you're going through, and a connection that you're in, or energy that you're in at the moment with someone, and can give you some insight, some guidance, and some comfort in what you've been experiencing, and just how to move forward with that energy as well. Thank you for watching with me today, as always, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.